This video is for every woman that feels called to go bigger this year, to go deeper into herself, to discover her true feminine power, the real, raw, expressive power that lives in all of us and it's waiting to be unleashed. This is the power in us that doesn't care for labels, doesn't care for trends, dark feminine, light feminine, black cat, white cat. Real feminine energy is not about fitting into a mold. It is about being your true, authentic self. And that is what this series is about. The untamed woman is a woman that is not tamed by any opinions of other people, anything outside of herself. She's not attached to what she looks like when she's in her full expression. She doesn't care what people think of her. She doesn't care for other people's judgment. She is free. This is not about being tamed by society, by other people's expectations. The untamed woman is free. She has full ownership of her life. She's responsible for what she does with her energy. And by the end of this 6-week activation, I promise you, if you are ready for this journey, we are going to go deep into ourselves, connect deeper to who we really are, not who we think we are, not what society tells us, not what the media or TikTok or the trends tell us to do. True feminine power is not about fitting into a mold. It is about embodying yourself. It is about expressing your full authentic nature, no matter what people think, no matter how weird you look. It is about not being afraid to stand out and say, this is who I am. These are my gifts. These are my talents. And so if you feel like there is something in you that's brewing that wants to come out, but you don't know how to bring it out of you yet, there's things holding you back. You have limitations. You have fears. We are going to work through it together, because this is the year, ladies, where we finally embody our true self. Not a version of ourselves. Not 50% of ourselves. The full 100%. So if you're ready, let's dive right in with our first video of the series. You see, the problem is we as women have been conditioned to be tamed. Whether it's our society, our upbringing, we have been conditioned to only be a version of ourselves. Whether that is the soft girl era, where we're more gentle and soft, or it's the dark feminine era and version of ourselves. These are only fragments of who we really are. And the problem that I have with a lot of these trends is they only allow us to embody one side of us. We are not just soft or dark or light and dark. We are the full freaking spectrum. And it's time to really embody our true self, not just follow a trend or buy a certain style to embody this, dark feminine energy. Real wild feminine energy is never meant to be tamed. We're not supposed to be a version of ourselves. We are supposed to be the full spectrum of our personality, of our talents, of our gifts. And so we have to really understand, where are we taming ourselves? The reality is, we are the biggest tamers in our own life. We can easily blame everybody around us, society, mainstream media, the patriarchy. Yes, they have had a huge imprint on how women are expressed, how we don't have shame for who we are anymore in this year, in the next phase of the feminist movement. Because the truth is, we have been tamed by so many different things and we don't even know it. We don't even know who we are, you guys. That is the truth. We only know a limited version of ourselves that we have been shaped into through society, through our upbringing, through societal expectations, through mainstream media, through trends. But the reality is, we don't know who we really are. What we know is based on our beliefs. And the truth is, the things that we believe about ourselves are only shaped by the past. So do we even know who we are? And that is the paradox, because the real way to get to know ourselves is to strip away all of these layers of who we don't resonate with anymore. I don't want to be just soft. I don't want to be just dark and manipulative and sexy and use that dark feminine energy as a lustful pull towards men. I want to be me. I want to know who I am. I want to know all of me, what I'm capable of. And I want to stand proud in that. And so if you are with me, if you feel like these trends don't fully encapsulate who you are, because they don't. You are more than just a soft girl. You are more than just a dark feminine girl. You are a full spectrum, and you deserve to know yourself all the way and then express it Once we know ourselves, we can express ourselves. And so without realizing, we have boxed ourselves into only one aspect of who we are. Only into an aspect of us being creative or feminine or soft or dark and powerful and bold. But the reality is we have the power to embody all of those qualities. We are multifaceted, and it's time to really own that. Whether you are a businesswoman, you don't have to be always that powerful, demanding presence. You can relax and be soft. And if you are soft, you don't always have to be soft. We are multifaceted. And what this activation is about, it's really tuning into who you are, to the true you, to the unlimited version of you and your potential, because we are limitless. So why are we putting ourselves into a box? For too long, we have allowed other people to dictate what we're going to do, and society and media have a very smart way of doing it, where they're now putting everybody into certain boxes of like, I'm a soft girl and I go to Pilates and I don't want to work anymore, or all I do is want to work and I'm a boss girl. Like, these are all aspects of ourselves, but we are all of them. And that is what I wish for every woman to come into, is this fullness of who she is, because we are so much more than what people perceive us as, what we perceive ourselves as. This is the problem. We don't even know who we really are. We just allow people to put us into boxes that kind of resonate, because there's so many parts of ourselves that we haven't discovered. Self-discovery is a real thing, and I invite everyone to discover your power, your true power. From childhood, we are taught to suppress our desires, to not think too much outside of the box, to follow the rules, to be a good girl, to be a good girlfriend, to be a good fiance, to be a good wife, to be a good mother. And this is the part of ourselves that is the good traditional wife. This is the light energy of that's feminine. But when we play into these roles, right, these traditional roles of, okay, at work I play this role, in the house I play this role, we realize like how many roles we actually have. We are all actresses, to be honest, but the one role that we should all be playing is ourselves. Not this vision or version of ourselves of being the good wife, the good mother, or how I should be. Who do you want to be? What sets your soul on fire? What excites you? What fascinates you? That is who you really are. And so I want everyone to really understand that the fullness of ourselves is yet to be discovered, and only if we are brave, if we're willing to go beyond the norm, to be weird, to look cringy, to look unhinged, to look crazy. That is the rawness of our real feminine energy. Because what happens when we live in suppression or only embodying certain aspects of ourselves, we completely deny other aspects of ourselves. If we are so used to being the good girl, we're never going to explore that sensual, free, freaky, wild part of ourselves. The raw, primal, just this powerful force of a woman. And if we're only in that sexual energy, we're never going to be able to ground that into nurturing, into caring, into being open-hearted. So we have to start living in the whole abundance of our chakra system. Because when we look at primal energy, that like sexual, dark, feminine, whatever you want to call it, that's our primal. That's our root chakra, that's our sacral chakra, that's our solar plexus. And when we go into that softer energy, that's our heart, that's our throat, speaking with love, speaking with, softness. We are everything. And so when are we going to allow ourselves the permission to just be without labeling, oh yes, I am the dark girl, I am the light girl, I am freaking everything. I cannot be tamed to be a certain way because I am not tamed by anything outside of myself. That is true power. So instead of living in a duller version of ourselves, which we are so used to, for a long time I thought I was just this boss girl, this businesswoman, and I have a really strong business mindset. And finally, I've realized I'm an artist. I'm a creative. I want to share my art with the world. I want to be playful. I want to be free. I don't care to fit into an image. I don't care what box people try to put me in. I am unboxed. I am untamed. And so if you feel this calling to explore yourself deeper, do not be afraid, and don't let anybody stop you. Realize that you are probably making excuses for yourself to not go deeper into who you really are because of fear, because of constraints, and because of confinements that we have locked ourselves into. But now it's time to break free. And so how do we shift? How do we reclaim that wild feminine energy, that true essence, not a trend, not a media mainstream movement, but your own movement? We have to realize we only live once. Like, this is actually our only experience and opportunity to figure out our truth and to embody and to be who the heck we want to be. So I ask you one more time, who do you think you are? What is that feeling inside of you that tells you, I think I want to sing. I think I want to be an artist. I think I'm a creative. I think I want to go knit. I want to travel. What do you really want? And why are we limiting ourselves? And so the first thing I want to ask us all in week 1 of this activation is to go deep into ourselves and understand, where are we not being 100% ourselves? Where are we hiding? Which parts of ourselves are you hiding? Are you hiding the wild parts of ourselves? Are you ashamed of that sexual, freaky, wild energy? Or are you too into that energy and you're hiding your heart because of past pain, because of past trauma? Are you hiding your softness, that beauty in you? It is time to stop hiding, ladies. It is time to freaking roar, to get out there and to let the world know who you are. But first, we have to know who we are. So who are you? I'm gonna do a meditation in the next video that connects us to the untamed parts of ourselves so you can actually feel her, embody her, get to know yourself at a deeper level. This is what life is about. If we're not willing to go deep, then what are we doing here? Because I believe that every woman has a fire in her, and you can create whatever you want to create, and you can shine and be a star and be in the sun or be in the moon, but just be yourself, be authentic, be your truest version of you. That is feminine power. We go way beyond a trend. I love to get practical in all of my videos because I believe in taking action. Only way to get anywhere is through being action oriented. That is my masculine energy. That is that fire energy in me that loves to take action, because we live in the material world, and femininity is not just about being passive. It's about integrating every part of ourselves and doing what truly sets our soul on fire. It's to embody the fullness of our expression. And so the one thing I ask you to do this week, after you thought about those questions, write them out on a piece of paper, grab a piece of paper and ask yourself, who do I want to be by the end of 2025? And how am I expressing myself? What are you doing that makes you feel so free? My word for 2025 is inner freedom. So if you want to join on this journey of inner freedom, liberation, expression, being untamed, being unconfined, not put into any box, let's take ourselves out of the box and connect to that deeper part of us with this question. Who do you want to be by the end of 2025? How do you want to feel? And how do you want to express? How do you want to show up? Comment below, write in the comments. I will be posting the meditation in the next video. Subscribe, comment, share. This is a journey. This is interactive. I want us all to be a part of something bigger. This is a new movement of femininity, and I'm calling forth all the brave women, because it's not easy to go deep into yourself. It's tough, it's scary, but there is nothing scarier than not being your true, authentic self. I love you, love you, love you. Welcome back to the Julia Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I can't wait for this journey. Bye.